These days, the world is smaller than it's ever been. You can literally get a flight to every corner of the planet. So now it's about making sure your travel dollar goes as far as it can, getting value for money. And I think I've found us a little jackpot right here in Cape Town, South Africa.
I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like someone.
Cape Town is one of the country's most beautiful cities. In fact, she's previously been named as the best city in the world to visit. Wow. The energy of the city revolves around its beautiful people and its amazing natural setting. No doubt your first stop when you get here to Cape Town is going to be up here at Table Mountain. Just a word of warning though, she's a bit of a temperamental old girl because as soon as the clouds roll in, she attracts them like a magnet. As one of the new 7 wonders of nature, Table Mountain is the city's main drawcard. And for around $30, you can jump in the famous cable car and spend an entire day exploring the top of the mountain. So whereabouts are you guys from?
I'm from Joburg, here in South Africa.
Local?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah?
And I'm from New York.
And do even the South Africans, they love coming up here and checking it out?
Yeah, we come here. We came with friends. We come all the time, sometimes with family. We come, we tour around, check it out.
Yeah.
It's always as beautiful as the first time you were here.
Okay, if you've got a fear of heights, cast that out the window because ahead of you is 2.5 kilometres of pure zip-lining adrenaline. Go. On the backside of Table Mountain, SA Forest Adventures operates the longest zip-lining setup in the country. 12 platforms, the best seat in the house, and a whole lot of fun. What's not to love? Unreal.
Perfect.
That is amazing. As a total backflip from the adventure scene, Utundu, South Africa takes tours into the poorest townships around the city. It's really quite interesting when you come here as a traveller because this is raw South Africa and you get to see, you know, the beauty behind it as well.
Yeah, you know, Cape Town and South Africa is much more than all of the big tourist sites that people like to visit. And I think what really resonates with travellers these days is they're searching for human connections and human stories. None of the experiences are contrived. They're all authentic, meaningful opportunities to expose visitors to these remarkable people doing remarkable things.
Yeah. Many of these incredible projects providing education and a safe place for the kids are actually funded by travellers visiting here. I can guarantee this will be one of the highlights of your trip. I'm starting to get a feel on why Cape Town is so popular. But you know what? I may have just saved the best till last. Ruan, what is it about the South African wines where you can produce such great quality but they're so inexpensive?
I think the main reason for that is if you look around us, we've got a beautiful area. We've got fantastic terroir, soil, climate is exceptional for producing top quality wine. But I think across the board, South African wine, if you look at the quality and what you pay for it, is exceptional value for money if you compare to other areas in the world as well.
The rest of the world must hate you, which is a good place to be.
It's not too bad, it's not too bad.
Mate, and when you can stand here like this, with this in the backdrop, it's a pretty amazing experience.
We get enough people coming through every day just telling us how blessed we are to have this, and I mean, it is beautiful, yeah.
With the cuisine here and great accommodation right in the middle of the city for around 1/3 of the price you'll pay in Australia, be prepared to live large. There's not many people who can claim that in their lifetime they literally changed the world. made an impact so enormous, so profound, not only for their own country, but for the entire human race. I am here in South Africa following in the footsteps of the great man himself, Mr. Nelson Mandela. Mandela has been immortalised in every corner of this country for his role in ending apartheid and standing up for human rights. His early life, though, was spent in a small village called Kunu, just outside of Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. And so, it's also where our trip begins. Zim grew up here with Nelson as his neighbour, and so who better to show me around? I guess to understand Nelson today and what he did, you really need to understand where he came from, this area.
Yeah, definitely, because, you know, when growing up, the culture behind him, you know, taught him a lot of things.
What you notice straight away here is that the village is all about honest living and incredible hospitality, which was the backbone of Mandela's upbringing. So when Zim and Nelson were out here looking for trouble, this is your rock slide, hey?
Yeah, would you like to try?
Here we go. Okay, what's the rules of engagement here, Zim?
Okay, now you lift your feet when going down, eh?
Righto.
And you put them down if you want to go slow.
All right.
Lift them up.
How did I do? Throughout South Africa, there are some great museums that have popped up celebrating Mandela. The township of Soweto in Johannesburg was his home for 15 years, and the house where he lived is open for all to explore.
There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile for us to continue talking peace and non-violence.
It's just amazing to think about the conversations and thoughts that would have gone on in this house. They were literal moments that went on to change South Africa forever. In 1962, Nelson was arrested as a political criminal and sentenced to life in jail. Surrounded by the freezing waters off the coast of Cape Town, Robben Island was one of the most notorious prisons in the country. Well, this is where Mandela spent 18 of his 27 years in jail, here on Robben Island. And the conditions were miserable. It was freezing cold and the guards were constantly trying to break him with mind games and hard labour, which actually happened right here in this courtyard. But his powerful ideas and what he believed in was so strong, he was willing to die for it. Tunani is an ex-prisoner who was jailed alongside Mandela.
This wing was solely for political leaders, completely separated from other prisoners. And then Nelson Mandela, particularly, was kept here for 18 years while he was on Robben Island.
In this same cell the whole time?
All time. Yeah, the intention was to break the spirit. They want to make sure that they take all the energy out of you.
After his stint on Robben Island, Mandela was moved to a number of other prisons as international pressure started to grow. He was finally released on February 11, 1990. Well, this is the spot where Nelson took his long walk to freedom after all those years in jail. His fist held high in the air in an act of defiance, and there were thousands upon thousands of supporters out here. It must have been an incredible moment for him. One of the things I've realised while I've been over here is that the world is such a better place having known Nelson Mandela. Apartheid was abolished and Mandela went on to win a Nobel Peace Prize. plus become South Africa's very first black president. Fittingly, he's now laid to rest at his family home back in the small village of Kuenen. Well, this is Johannesburg, or Josie as the locals like to call it. And it's really the first stop that so many people make here in South Africa before they head off on their wildlife safaris and wine tours and adventure experiences. But I'm here to tell you there is plenty going on in Johannesburg. You just got to know where to find it. My first stop is the cool end of town known as Braamfontein. This is Neighbour Goods Market. Set up in an old city car park, it's a Saturday favourite for creatives and food lovers.
It's a little bit of everything. This is why I think everybody comes here. You get to meet people from all sorts of background, cultures. We all look different, unique, but it all comes together when we're here.
It seems like everyone's really nice. What's the deal here?
I think it's the ambiance. I don't even think of it's about, you here, it's a nice place, the atmosphere is good. How can you not be nice?
Yeah, true. And you get coconuts,
Yeah.
Is there vodka in those coconuts?
There's rum. Single shot, double shots.
I'm not surprised you're nice. Nationalities from around the world come together here in a spicy mix of culture. Just make sure before you leave to sample the famous Neighbour Goods paella. Thank you very much. Beautiful. I'm going to go and enjoy this in the corner. One of the more infamous townships of Joburg, and really a must-see when you come here, is Soweto. So Jazz, what was it like growing up here in Soweto?
Yeah, I'm in the 80s. It was just gunshots and tear gas. It wasn't anything you could brag about.
Yeah.
But with the release of Dr. Nelson Mandela, we saw the world flocking into Soweto, especially Soweto, which was known as a no-go zone to a lot of local South Africans.
Today, the place is a lot more welcoming with heaps to see. And there's even a strip of restaurants and boutiques that have opened. When you go around now on the tour, it seems very friendly, especially the places that you're taking me to.
Yeah, also it's because I was born here in Orlando West, so Soweto has that sense of community. They say that there's no place like home, and yes, I feel at home every time when I grab a bicycle and show people around.
Soweto was also once the home of Nobel Peace Prize winners Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela. And so the bike tour is a really interesting look at this side of the city. Johannesburg has quite a colourful history, and the Apartheid Museum stands its ground as one of the most interesting in the world. They've really designed the museum here to hit you head on. And as soon as you arrive, you get one of these tickets, either whites or non-whites, and it really dictates the experience that you have as soon as you walk through these doors. Life for blacks and whites at that time couldn't have been more different. Some of the stories that you hear are unbelievable. One of the tests they used to do was the pencil test, and you'd come up to a jury like this, they'd get a pencil and put it in your hair, and if your tight ringlets held onto the pencil, you'd be classified as black. Remembering all of this happened just 25 years ago. Apartheid was a regime designed to control the country, but in doing so, it created one of the greatest revolutions in human history. With such a complex past, you do still need to take a bit of extra care when visiting Joburg, planning where you'll visit and stay. The city, though, has a great accommodation scene with a range of options. But if you want some serious comfort, 54 on Bath will wrap you in her arms and snuggle you tight. The service is sensational, and it's a beautifully classic contemporary hotel, situated nice and close to the bars and restaurants that are making their mark here in the city. one of the things that people don't expect when they come to Joburg is the quality of the food experience. And there's been a really big push over the last few years of the international flavours hitting the restaurant scene. So it's just a case of locking in and order up. No matter how many times you watch Lion King and Out of Africa or flick through the pages of National Geographic magazine, nothing compares to standing here in South Africa on the brink of a safari. This is when you get shivers up and down your spine because you know you're about to see some of the most amazing animals in the world. South Africa is the shining light in the world of bucket list travel. For all you animal lovers, this is heaven. My safari adventure is kicking off at Shamwari Private Game Reserve. And protecting this incredible part of the world is the key to its future. Mate, it must be unbelievable for you to take travellers from around the world around these safari parks.
Very true, yes, indeed. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, every single day is something different. You never know where the animals are going to be, so every day is a challenge for you to go and find the animals, obviously, for your guests.
Yeah.
Lovely, very, very
Mate,
awesome.
for me, I'm here and I'm looking out and I can't see a thing, and all of a sudden you pinpoint something. It's incredible. Hello, big fella. Shamwari is a lesson in Conservation 101. The care and effort that goes on behind the scenes that many of us travellers never really see is extraordinary. If just one part of this ecosystem is out of balance, the whole thing could fall apart.
We can see that calf is getting affected now. The mother is moving. The calf is not really following. So it's the first symptoms that the drug is taking effect. Once in a lifetime, we do DNA typing, genotyping. And that is for the sake of when rhino get poached, that we can track the horn or back to where it happened. It only get done once. And we need to do the calves before they leave the mother, otherwise we don't know who they are. At least now we've got a positive identification of the calf stock.
Johan Hubert is the head vet at the reserve, and he and his team are responsible for the health and well-being of the animals, great and small.
Obviously what's quite important is balances. We've got predators, we've got the prey, we've got the large herbivores that eat a lot. So it's quite important that the ecologists look after this.
Conservation in South Africa is quite a complicated business. It's a fine line between being hands-on enough to keep the reserve safe and thriving, but also letting nature just do its thing.
But this is exactly what we want, because the sooner it's up and about, we know it's safe again.
Where do we get the oxygen from? Exactly. So now we want you guys and everyone to respect wildlife.
Shamwari is also home to the Born Free Centre, where animals that have been saved from circuses and other less fortunate scenarios around the world get a second chance at life. Do you find that you yourself sort of bond with certain animals as well, with their characters?
I hate to admit it, but I do have my favourites.
Zimbad and Aki are two of the success stories, and now live happily here together in their own little pride.
They give each other a little bit of a nudge here and there every now and again, but they're happy.
You are the dating master of Africa. With more and more travellers really caring about their impact on the world, the experiences here in South Africa have become extremely important. At Shamwari, you still get to enjoy exceptional 5-star accommodation and service, but to know your money's also protecting one of the most unique places in the world makes a visit here that much better.
me, one of the most rewarding things is actually seeing the reactions of some of the guests when they see some of the beautiful birds, or listening to the birds, or even seeing some of the beautiful animals that we've seen today.
Yeah.
I guess that's some of the most special moments, because I mean, you're making people's dreams come true.